women entrepreneurship in green entrepreneurship. We'll be specific here. Okay, Atul sir has already introduced me, and what we'll be covering in this topic, in this session. First of all, we'll discuss about something about women. I know that you already know about women, but pertaining to entrepreneurship and pertaining to this session, then we'll discuss in detail about challenges faced by women, followed by remedial measures. Then we'll proceed towards the entrepreneurship, the qualities, the essentials, the qualities which a woman should possess, or the qualities which are enhanced during entrepreneurship journey. Then we'll be discussing on the benefits, the need and importance. Okay, followed by some good success stories which will inspire you, and women in urban entrepreneurship, women in rural entrepreneurship, and rural, of course, and green entrepreneurship. So first and foremost, women. Since the history, you must have seen that over time, the projections, the expressions, the activities of females have often been defined and limited by various cultures and religions throughout the history. Even prehistoric times, during the time of early age, the men they used to go to hunt the food, and women used to take care of the children. They used to take care of the home, and that's how the perception started, and that's how the projections on the society about women started. It's not like that some a gender is fairer or a lesser. No, they have their own responsibilities and they have their own set of the actions and activities and victories and their significance. But when you see that how this has diminished and restricted, because when man used to come with the hunt, the victory, when they used to go to war, they used to be jai jaikar of men. And women, though they are very emotional and they are taking care of children and home, they have their own sets of qualities, but their role and their projection has been diminished and restricted, and which is leading to the liberty, diminishing the liberty and prerogatives and privileges. That's why there is a need to emancipate women to their deliverance. Now, what are the challenges women are facing? Now, you can say that these are the challenges also, and these are the strong points of women also, few of them. First and foremost, they are taking care of dual responsibility. Dual responsibility, whenever they are entering into any kind of profession, be it job or entrepreneurship, they are not leaving their family behind, that's for sure. So they have their professional challenges also, professional responsibility also, and they have their personal responsibility also. So they are so emotional, and they are so, you can say, soft-hearted, kind-hearted, that they cannot leave their children neglected. So hence, when they are into the entrepreneurship, when they are into any kind of job, any kind of profession, they're taking care of dual responsibility, dohri zimmedari. Now, since ages, since history, gender discrimination is there among females and men. It's unsaid, all this, but it's fading away. We can say that it's fading away, it's going slowly away. So when they are going on the professional front, they are able to, they have to make extra efforts to stand their ground because of this gender discrimination. We all know that we are living in a patriarchal society, dominated society, and here all the male members, all the teachers who are male members, no offenses at all. You people are very supportive to your female counterparts. That's why females like us, women like us are proceeding further. This is what I'm talking in terms of history. Now, financial and ownership exclusions. Since earlier times, it's like the property or the ownership, it's in the name of the son, not the daughter. But again, this thing is changing. Since they don't have a financial and ownership inclusions, they don't have property in their name, they have insufficient access to liquidity in business. Naturally, they will have less money to promote their businesses. Since they are, there is a lot of gender discrimination and there are a lot of security issues, there are a lot of crime against women. That's why their mobility is limited, and that's why their exposure is limited. And once they go out, once they are exposed to the society, once they are exposed to the profession, they face more challenges. Now, lack of education, yes. In rural areas, you all know the literacy percent. Urban areas, yes, the parents are definitely educating their child. But when we go to the rural areas, when we have a look and analyze at rural areas, we can easily see the gender discrimination and early child marriages and lack of education out there. They have, once they are in family, once they are married, they have a responsibility towards family as well as their social extended ties also, relatives also. There is a lot of expectation from women because women, they try to fulfill them. Now they have low risk bearing ability. Again, since they live in a very secured environment with parents, with their husbands, again, but you will later see that this low risk bearing ability will turn out to be their strength. Again, this is appear to be fading in this era. Professional and personal harassment cases, we read in newspapers and news, and this is making women stronger day by day. More challenges. Yeah. As I mentioned, I'm not generalizing this, that there is an absolute lack of support out there, but in general, there is this tendency, there is this mindset, as we discussed, the projection, there's a lack of support out there in the family, with from the in-laws, from parents also, from siblings also, from your brothers also, that why do you have to go out and work? So these are the challenges they are facing. When your husband is earning good and if he is giving you good money, good pocket money, then what's the need of going out? This is the kind of mindset. Now, we'll come to the personal issues, maternity issues. Maternity issues, when they are giving child, and when they are, this is, look, the blessing. This is the most important blessing, that they are carrying out the reproductive cycle further, the next generation further. But it acts as a break in their career, because again, they don't compromise with their responsibilities. They take care, they have to stay home and with child for some time during their maternity period. Low business network. Now, as you have seen that they have a lack of education, their mobility is limited, and business exposure is less. So when the exposure is less, naturally the network, the connections, the relations, professional relations will be less. And in continuation, when the network is less, they have limited market access. But once they step out, sky is the limit for them. I already discussed early marriage and child marriage in rural areas, of course, where there is a lack of literacy. But the sexual harassment at workplace is a very common factor at urban place also. Then they have next point, I'm coming to next point, lack of education, lack of information. Due to lack of education, limited exposure, limited mobility, they have lack of information. And hence, they end up doing pink-collar jobs. Pink-collar jobs, the jobs which is just for females, nurse and beauty parlor and kitchen-related things. But again, we'll see during the course of the session that how this thing is fading away, this thing is going away, and how they are making their own mark. Since the gender discrimination is there, in rural areas, in a lot of places where the education is less, the awareness is less, the sensibility is less. A lot of people, a lot of type of people are all there. It's not like that every parent is doing this, that they are not giving enough nutrition and health care to the baby girl. But yes, There are people, there is a huge percent, we can say, safely say, where you can see the lack of nutrition and healthcare in terms of female child. Crime against women are so prevalent in last few years. There are lots of cases in newspapers, and I should not go into the details, but yes, this is making women more strong. They are taking care of their self-defense, and of course they are getting physically, mentally stronger with this. Now you can safely and see that when there are more challenges, the success becomes more and more, you can say, enjoyable, relishable. So you can see that there's a huge list of challenges out there, but this is not stopping our women. Since there are challenges, we should have remedial measures also. Now, what kind of remedial measures or support a family can give, or personal support they can get? They can get family support, they can get support from the parents, their mother and father, that no, my child, my baby child, female child will also study and will be educated and will be given exposure just like the male child, right? Then similarly, they can get the support from husbands as well when they are married, or later on with their children. So once they are getting family support, they are so confident that they can do, they can move ahead. But this does not mean that when they are not getting family support, they are, stoppable. No, it's not like that. Financial extension. If they are getting enough finances in terms of their property, in terms of their, ownership, or, their assets, they are getting the feel that yes, they can do their own work, entrepreneurship or job or anything. Decent education, yes, a decent education, basic education, at least till graduation and post-graduation, or any other vocational course they want to follow, they want to pursue. If they're getting enough and decent and standard education, whatever education is prevalent or available, in their area, then the base, the foundation is, of course, laid. If they are being getting good nutrition and healthcare, they'll be physically strong, and of course, they'll be mentally strong. No domestic violence. As we read in challenges, there are a lot of crime against women. So if there is no domestic violence in terms of in families, they're mentally stable, peaceful, physically settled, and hence they can focus on their career. No child marriage or early marriage. Of course, the laws are there, which we will cover in Government and Society. But yes, in spite of the laws, in spite of the legal imposed implications, the uneducated people and people living in rural areas, they are following child marriage and early marriage. Sufficient social exposure, if given to women by their personal family members, close-knit family members, they are in better chance to grow and develop and evolve. No female feticide and infanticide. You see the gender ratio in census, in population census, the sex ratio, it's somewhere 935 to 945. It's favoring in 940s. As per the 1,000 male members, there are around 940 female members. In few, and that is average in India. That is average, because few states like Kerala, they are having 100% literacy as well as sex ratio. But when it comes to the the northern states like Delhi or Haryana, this is in 800s. So there is a lot of gender discrimination and female feticide and infanticide that is leading to this. And this gives a lot of emotional and, personal pressure on women that we are not wanted, that we are not welcomed in the world. So let's make this place a better place to let's make this world a better place to live in by, welcoming them in the world. Most importantly, equal status, respect, and trust. This is the most important thing you can give to any person, for that matter, not only women, to a child, to any person. When they see that we are being trusted, we are being respected, and we are given equal status, they have this feeling of confidence in them, the feeling of individuality in them, and then no one can stop them. Now, apart from personal and family support, government and society support is also required. Legal legislation for gender equality. When there are laws, there is a fear among people and they somehow follow it. Equal pay for equal work in corporates, in professional world, even if the woman is doing the same work as a male person is doing, there is a difference, slight difference out there. So legislation should be there for equal pay and equal work. Proper tax benefits should be given. This is one very important point. Tax benefits should be given to women, because once they'll be given tax benefits, they will have edge when they'll have start their profession, when they'll start their own enterprise. So it will be a kind of support to them. Low cost training facilities, as we saw that there is a limited exposure and less of education out there. So when low cost training facilities will be given to them, there will be chances that they get more trained and they'll be definitely benefited with this. When they're starting their own enterprise, जब अपना खुद का काम start करती हैं, lot of fund assistance मिलता है. There are lots and lots of schemes, very good government schemes, which I'll cover towards the course of the session, towards the end of the session, from lots of government banks also and lots of NGOs also. Schemes for fund assistance, safety and security. If they'll feel safe, they will have a very good exposure. Even parents will not stop them from going out, and they'll feel safe and they'll definitely move ahead in entrepreneurship. Conducive work environment. There are a lot of females, they quit their jobs, and because they are not having healthy work environment, they face harassment. So conducive work environment should be given to them. Strict laws for crime against women. There are countries where very strict laws and stringent laws are there for crime against women. In India, there are not very strict laws. We're a liberal country. Even the death sentence is very rare. This is a matter of a debate and discussion and personal interest, that whether harsh punishment should be given or whether they should be treated psychological. That's a matter of different debate. But yes, if the laws are there, if the strict laws are there, at least there is a detention, there is a block in the mindset of the criminals, which can definitely reduce the crime rate. Gender sensitization. Now, there are people who are brought up that way since their family history, so they know that the women should be treated like this. But the younger generation, they are more sensitive towards these issues. And awareness, sensitization means awareness should be created among the male members, female members also, children, family members, that yes, both the genders are equal. Okay, you all know what is entrepreneurship. आप सबको पता है कि entrepreneurship क्या है. हमारा खुद का काम start करना. When you start something of your own, right? And who is an entrepreneur? One who creates and sustains his or her own enterprise. And in this process, they not only give employment to themselves, but they provide employment and remuneration to the team also. And you know that entrepreneurship is risky, but it requires a lot of courage, and it requires a lot of skill set to proceed further. If it's requiring a lot of risk, then it is paying you huge. Now, this is something very interesting, which I was about to discuss with you people. Now, what are entrepreneurship essentials? Okay, Some network issue. Yeah. Entrepreneurship essential. Now you can understand that these are few, qualities which an entrepreneur or women entrepreneur should possess, self-confidence and so on. But on the other hand, you will agree with me on this, that these are the qualities which are developed over a period of time when they are into their entrepreneurship journey. Uh, First and foremost is self confidence. Now, if you have self confidence, naturally you will believe in yourself, and you will feel independent, you will feel liberated, and this will lead to a lot of optimism in you. And finally, you will have a self esteem. You must have heard the name of brand Cremica. Now, brand Cremica was started in a small kitchen. It was started by Rajni Bector, and she was married and very well settled in the well-to-do business in Ludhiana, married in a business family. She was fond of making ice creams. She was fond of making some pastries and all. And this small kitchen business started in her kitchen. This making ice creams is today brand Cremica, worth of 500 crores, 500 crores. So self-confidence is very, very important, the way Rajni Bector showed in her, brand Cremica. Next is task and result oriented. Now, whenever you do something, you need to focus. You need to have some kind of, uh, focus on profit, maybe on your goal, and hence you will derive a lot of energy and enthusiasm and determination to do that. And then only you take a lot of initiative, and then only you are disciplined. Dr. Shikha Sharma, she was a medical doctor, and by her profession she could have migrated to US and worked in a big hospital, but she chose to stay in India and worked on weight loss program, health and nutrition, and now she is spreading health and nutrition and happiness to her clients by means of her brand Nutri Health Systems. Next is risk taker. You all know that entrepreneur need to take risk, and risk taking ability should be there, and this will make your life very challenging, but it increase your competitiveness. Just like Manju Bhatia, what did she do? She started at the age of just 16, and she was working in a pharmaceutical company, but then she make her own brand named Vasuli, wherein what is this brand? This brand is for pan India loan recovery. Can you imagine a female into this loan recovery system? But she formed her own brand Vasuli, wherein all the employees, all the team members are females, and this is a big brand in MP and of course pan India. Next is leadership. Now, since you have your own enterprise, you need to have leadership quality, because you are going to lead your team, because you need to direct them, you need to give them a lot of insight, you need to give them direction, you need to drive that ship of yours, and you need to have a lot of group dynamics also, how to get along well with each and every member out there. Now, can safely say that Indra Nui, chairman of PepsiCo, I understand that as far as the definition of entrepreneurship is concerned, she is not entrepreneur because she is not 50% stakeholder. But even then, she is not the owner of the company, but then also she has taken care of the company just like her own company. And she is stalwart and the example of risk-taking, leadership. And her name is taken with a lot of respect out there. Now, next quality is originality. Sorry. You should have, when you start your own enterprise, you should have your own ideas, something new, something new, like, making incense sticks out of cow dung, making, mattresses out of leftover clothes, and leftover, you can say, the junk, polythenes, whatnot. We'll cover these success stories in coming slides. Originality. So only then you get the success, because you need to have a lot of open-mindedness also for this, lot of flexibility also to accept new ideas. I'll give you one more example of Amina. She was, you can imagine that Amina cladded in burqa, but she was working with heavy machinery in unusual industries, sawdust, chipping of wood. And her daring determination resulted in partnership with Godrej, leading to further growth and expansion. She took the right decision at the right time. So, further, next is future oriented. फोरसाइटेडनेस, आपके पास एक फोरसाइटेडनेस होनी चाहिए कि हम हाउ वी शुड, एंड अ परसेप्शन शुड बी देयर. Perception in the sense you should be able to perceive. Can you put the mics on mute, please? Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam. You are audible, madam.
Okay. It's not showing here. That's why I got confused. Fine. So future, I was discussing about future oriented. Just like in the game of chess, when with these game grandmasters, they know beforehand only that what will be the end of the game. They can easily perceive, they can easily anticipate. So just like that, an entrepreneur should also be having a lot of anticipatory skills in them, foresightedness, vision. Okay, only then they can see that where their enterprise is going. And last but not the least, exuberance. They should be full of enthusiasm. They should be full of passion. And if they'll be full of passion for their own enterprise, only then they'll be proactive. They'll be taking, moving on their own. They'll be taking a lot of initiatives. Just like, Meena Bindra. Meena Bindra, has anyone heard of this name, Meena Bindra or Biba? I'm sure the females in the room,
Yes,
they
ma'am.
must be aware of Biba. Yes. So at the age of 39, a Navy wife, mother of two, started a business to earn some pocket money. And she turned simple, humble salwar kameez into national brand with annual sales of 300 crore rupees. And that is known as Biba, stylish salwar kameez for women. And if you enter any mall of any metro or pseudo metro city, you will see that Biba is there. So this kind of enthusiasm only leads you to the success, leads you to become an entrepreneur. When you are attending a session on Sunday morning, when Sunday morning is not, Saturday night is not only about parties, it's about preparing for Sunday maybe, right? So when there's 24 into 7, 365 days, you have such kind of passion for your own enterprise, only then these are the essentials for success of the entrepreneurship. Now you can, all the teachers, you are here, and my sincere and humble request to you people is that when you motivate your students, remember to highlight these essentials, these qualities, these skill sets, because on one hand, an entrepreneur requires such skills, and on the other hand, when they are on their journey to be successful in entrepreneurship journey, these skills are developed in their personality, and that is one of the most important, I must say, essential, or one of the most important factor why there is a need of entrepreneurship. Why a person or a woman should become entrepreneur? Because it will inculcate a lot of self or confidence and task-oriented approach in them. It gives them a lot of risk-taking abilities, and it develops leadership quality. On one hand, a person should have these qualities, and on the other hand, on their journey, they build this kind of qualities among them. Now, there are few entrepreneurship types. You must be aware of these types. Few you must be aware, and I'll just take you through. First is based on the type of business. First is like trading, wherein you are doing a lot of trading, but you're not manufacturing anything. Second type, when you are actually producing goods. And third is agricultural entrepreneur, where when your background is of agriculture, right? Agriculture produce, irrigation, mechanization, technology. Now, based on technology, when you are using a lot of technology in your entrepreneurship, your enterprise, it is technical. And when you are not using technology, science and technology, like, and you are into a lot of, basic, like मैं आपको बहुत सारे भी ग्रीन एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के एग्जांपल्स दूंगी, जैसे कि वो पेपर से कुछ बना रहे हैं या कूलिंग बना रहे हैं, तो उसमें टेक्नोलॉजी की जरूरत नहीं है. इफ दे आर प्रोड्यूसिंग ऑर्गेनिक मैन्योर, or if they are into organic farming, or so, they don't require non-technical entrepreneur. Then based on ownership, once you are doing it on your own, you are a private entrepreneur. When you are doing it with government, you're a state entrepreneur. And if the collaboration of state and private, then it's joint entrepreneur. Based on gender, male and female, explanatory, self-explanatory. Based on the size.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Can you give an example of joint entrepreneurship or state entrepreneurship example of these?
We'll take the questions towards the end. Please note down your questions.
Okay.
I'll take an open house, right?
Oh, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So small and small depend when their machinery is till only under 1 crore, that is small scale. Medium is when it's above between 1 crore to 500 crores, and large is of course 500 crore plus. Now, innovating, those entrepreneurs who are always innovating when they are into the market, they're experimenting, and they are already introducing new goods and new methods of production and discovering new market, reorganizing their enterprise. They are innovating entrepreneurs. But on the other hand, those entrepreneurs who are always having doubts and questions in their mind, they are skeptic people, that what will happen if we do this, we might fail. They are called Fabian entrepreneurs. There are imitative entrepreneurs. They are not very innovative on one hand, and they are not skeptic, but what they do is imitate, follow the innovative people, those who have already developed new technologies, innovated, they copy it, follow it, imitate. Now, drone entrepreneurs are those entrepreneurs though they totally refused to adopt such kind of opportunities, even when they are making losses. So they are not ready to change, or they are not ready to innovate. Now, categorization based on behavioral science is solo, single man army, right? They want to work alone, and they employ few employees out there, but at the leadership level, they're solo. They're doing everything on their own. Active partners, when they have a lot of partners, they do it in partnership, and they delegate their responsibilities, and they are into joint venture, partnership kind of venture, and they put their lot of funds together in partnership. Now comes inventor, when they invent a lot of things, and they're according to their competence and research. Challengers, those who are always ready to accept challenges and plunge into the industry. Buyer entrepreneurs, those they do not like to bear much risk, and they, in order to reduce their risk, what they do is, so instead of setting up a new one, they buy ongoing one. Now, lifetime entrepreneurs. एक बार start कर दिया, once they start, so it goes for their lifetime. That becomes integral part of their life. Like, 3 generations, 7 generations, family enterprise, chale aa rahe hain. Hustler entrepreneurship. Those people who are willing to work hard and put in constant effort, and they are called hustler entrepreneurs. Researcher, they are always into research. Now comes the urban. Urban, rural, ये हम इसको, और ग्रीन और सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप हम यही अभी डिस्कस करेंगे डिटेल में. अर्बन एज द नेम इंडिकेट्स, अकॉर्डिंग टू द एरिया जो अर्बन सेटअप में होते हैं, दे आर अर्बन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स व्हेन दे आर ऑपरेटिंग इनटू द सिटी. एंड these people, they have very good exposure because city mein pura they have very good communication and transport and infrastructure, and these people are smart and they get very good visibility out there. Rural, agro-based, generally limited to dairy and catering of tourists and carpentry, spinning, woods, artisans, organic farming, and a lot of related to agricultural products and rural products. They face a lot of challenges because of lack of facilities, transport, communication. Now, based on objective orientation, green entrepreneurs, they have a social cause, they have a cause, noble cause, that they want to conserve the environment as well. That inka jo venture hota hai, that is right from the design, it is focused towards green, that means environment. All the products and processes they come out of the venture are also green, that means they are conserving the environment, and they consciously address environmental problems and try to bring the solutions while maintaining financial stability. Social entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs, they have a cause. They want to solve social problems either with their products or with their services, and their main goal is to make world a better place to live in. They don't work to make big profits or wealth, but instead they start non-profit organizations and companies, and they would like to give back to the society. They owe their responsibility towards society, social responsibility. This is what they feel. There are a lot of corporates also and individuals also, those who are taking care of responsibility by means of corporate social responsibility or individual social responsibility. Now, based on the belief, this is something, a different scalable startup. When they believe, these kind of entrepreneurs are those entrepreneurs, they believe that they can change the world out there. Entrepreneurship benefits. Though we have talked about the qualities which are developed over a period of time, but yes, very, very important, I must say that women need an importance of women entrepreneurship. Why? Why it is important that women should come in entrepreneurship. Why only they do jobs? They can do jobs also, but why they should start an entrepreneurship of their own? Because women have the tendency to build and maintain their long-term relationship. They are more effective in communication and organization and networking as compared to their male counterparts. Why? No, again, no offenses, no gender bias out here. When you see in the your family also, your mother, your sister, your wife, your daughter, they take care of their male counterparts, and they सबको साथ में लेकर के चलती हैं, social में, relatives में, and their the limitation, the challenge which we discussed, that their physically conservative approach, they have less risk-taking capability. But this reduces the risk of failure in their organization. They account for improved economic growth and stability within a country. Of course, there is a huge contribution if if the contribution of the women is equal to their male counterparts. In entrepreneurship, there will be 27% rise in GDP, according to the studies. Now, of course, very, very important. when a woman start a business, when they are doing taking care of an entrepreneur successfully, they inspire the other women also to start more businesses. They not only motivate themselves, their team members, but other women members, female members out there. Now this lead to more job creation, of course. If they give employment to more women, naturally the gender gap in the workforce will decrease. When women become successful in the field, the next generation also, their children, their daughters, they are also trying to copy and follow and emulate the success. According to studies, has been observed that women are good entrepreneurs and because they can maintain work-life balance. We have seen in challenges also that they have a dual responsibility. So the challenges are compensating, or you can say facilitating their importance as well, significance as well, and leading to the success. These factors may vary from place to place and business to business, but women entrepreneurs is necessary for the growth of any economy, whether it is large or small. Now, we have already seen they are competent to balance both their duties due to a responsibility, both of motherhood and entrepreneurship, but they they comprise of almost half of the business of today. Whether they are, on papers partner or not, they, owe the business because they run it with their male counterparts. They can pick up a job any day, but when she becomes an entrepreneur, she provides livelihood to at least 10 more women out there. So, my, I must say that highly educated, technically sound, and professionally qualified women must be encouraged for managing their own business rather than being employed in any of the outlets. The uncultivated talents of young women can be identified, trained, and exploited for various types of industries to increase the productivity in industrial sector as well as nation. And nowadays, even after facing so many obstacles, the Indian women are now becoming an educated and economically independent. कैसे बनना है entrepreneur तो ये आपको मालूम ही है, हम आते हैं कुछ success stories पे. These are the women, I picked up just three. Will be covering more. The definition is there right in front of you. You all know the definition that they should have at least 51% of, their stake, and they should give 51% of employment to the women. Can anyone name these people? These women, famous women, successful women out there?
Shobha Day, maybe, and Ekta Kapoor.
Ekta Kapoor is the correct answer.
Dr. Kiran Majumdar Shah.
Yes, the third one is Kiran Majumdar.
Third one is doctor.
That's absolutely correct. And one more. The first picture. Have you heard the name of VLCC?
Vandana Luthra.
VLCC. I'm sure you must have heard the name of VLCC.
Is she Vandana Luthra?
Yes, that's correct.
Vandana Luthra. No.
That's correct. Absolutely correct. Just give me a second. Am I audible now?
No.
Yes, ma'am. Then there is some disturbance in your mic.
Sorry? I'm not able to hear you people.
Ma'am, your voice is cracking.
Am I audible now? Is it cracking?
No, it's clear, ma'am.
Yes, good.
Okay,
It's good.
ma'am.
Okay. Actually, electricity went off, so I was trying to log in from the cell phone. I had some backup, not an issue. So what I'll do is, I'll just come to the success story which I wanted to discuss with you people. Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, you already guessed it. She is the icon and the owner of famous biopharmaceutical company Biocon. And she was in top 50 for men from Financial Times, and with the dream to become a doctor, she turned into a businesswoman. But and she transformed lives. She is she's not there just for the business, though she is categorized into urban entrepreneurship, but she is not the lady who can only be limited to the profit motives out there, because she transformed the lives of the patients out there. Then Vandana Luthra, she is a brand in her own self, VLCC. She started in 1980s, and even Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, she started in 1970s when there was not the conducive environment for the women entrepreneurship out there, but they made their own place. There are lots and lots of new entrepreneurs coming these days in, of course, urban, but why I purposely have chosen these, Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, Vandana Luthra, and Ekta Kapoor for that matter. And of course, I have deliberately taken the example of Indu Jain ma'am. She was the chairperson of Bennett and Coleman Company Limited, one of the largest media group in the country. And they're best known for their daily newspaper, Times of India, Economic Times, and TV National TV News. You must have heard her name. She died a few months ago only. But she's known for being spiritualist, humanist, entrepreneur, and educationalist too. Ekta Kapoor, she has changed the name. She has changed the face of television out there. At she started at a very young age of 17, but she has produced numerous operas, television series, movies, and she's the one, on her strong belief system. She took determined steps. I understand that initially she made very dramatic soap operas, but now with maturity, she has started to make very mature and very nice web series out there. Then Shuchi Mukherjee, founder of LimeRoad, and she graduated from London School of Business. She has been getting laurels out there. Vandana Luthra, she has been the stalwart in the health and wellness industry. VLCC, everyone knows VLCC before and after. Why I have taken these famous, successful ladies out there, because these are the women who are not, the women who needs any introduction. There are a lot of other women entrepreneurs who are doing great in terms of, for example, she is owner of Lime Road. Then there is this owner of Nykaa. She is also a female women entrepreneur, Falguni Nair out there, e-commerce, beauty and wellness e-commerce. Then there is co-founder of Baiju is also women, Divya Gokulnath. She has 42 million app users of Baiju's, and her net worth is 1800 crores. Why I'm giving you these figures out there? Because one should dream big. One should not think small, even if the beginnings are smaller, right? Very small steps. You should take baby steps. And as teachers and as trainers, this is the responsibility. This is our responsibility to motivate and inspire our students to start. Because as I told you earlier also, when a woman becomes an entrepreneur, she becomes the source of inspiration for many out there. And she is the one, like, when I'm not saying that the success of male entrepreneur is any less than any female entrepreneur. They are doing phenomenally well since ages, since decades, since centuries, since ages. But what I'm trying to tell here is looking into the historical background, which we discussed in the beginning. What one should do as trainers and as teachers, we should try to motivate our females, our young girls to become women entrepreneurs, to stand on their own, because when one woman stands, she motivates a lot of other women out there. We are running out of time, so I'll straight come to the success stories of rural entrepreneurs. Gunavati Chandrasekharan. She started, it was her passion. As I told you, essentials with passion. Quilling was her passion. She used to do a lot of quilling with a lot of enthusiasm. And she suffered from polio attack also when she was just 2 years old. But she was never less capable. Even she was married at 16. She made her own brand, Guna's Quilling. And she made a lot of wall art, greeting cards, miniature figurines, jewelry, and many, many more. Then comes Godavari Satpute. We are talking about rural entrepreneurship, and these people are correlated with the green entrepreneurship also, because they are taking care of environmental sustainability also. She made her own brand Godavari Akash Kandeen by making lamps of simple papers. And when was her eureka moment? When she spotted a paper lamp in the local market, and she thought that she can make it easily. She tried and went to a lot of banks for loans, but she was turned away. But again, challenges make a woman strong, a person strong. Finally, she got interest-free loan, and she make her own brand, Godavari Akash Kandi. Sobita Tamuli. She is running a self-help group, and she's selling organic manure and traditional Assamese. देखिए कितनी छोटी जगह से आई हैं, Assam, right? Northeast countries, Northeast जो हमारी states हैं, they are not that well developed in terms of finances. We can say they're very good tourist places, no doubt about it. But she was when just a teenager, and she was even married off. But she didn't quit on her dream, and she make a huge brand for herself, that is CUG. Pabiben Rabri, इन्होंने खुद का अपना brand बना दिया, pabiben.com. And what she makes? Bags, daris, files, quilts, cushion covers, and many more by hand woven, jaris. And she has involved a lot of women into it because their embroidery skills were good. And her Pabi bag, by her name, it's very famous out there. It combines a lot of vibrant ribbons and trims out there. Then Anita Gupta, she founded Bhojpur Mahila Kendra, and she is, by her means of her NGO, she has trained more than 25,000 women out there with 400 skills. And they have formed more than 300 self-groups in Bihar, underdeveloped, state like Bihar. But she is, now in 2000, NGO received support from Tata Institute of Social Science also. This very reputed, and they supported Anita. Now, green entrepreneurship, you'll see that out of nowhere, out of mud, Gili Mitti, and look what the name she has given, Gili Mitti, Shagun Singh. She's teaching the world to build cool, durable homes with mud and bamboos. She's a teacher, she's a guide, she's into environment also, and most of her life journey is in spreading awareness, teaching, and touching of lives of many by just saving the planet. In Gili Mitti farms, what they do is they make hut with mud, cow dung, and lime, and trash is also used for it. Her purpose of life is to spread knowledge and help other transform their lives and make the difference in the process. Salute to you, Shagun. Prerna Prasad. You all go to visit tourist places, but what does she do? Her name, Ecoplore. Explore with ecology, ecosystem. What she did, she built a green business which urges people to explore nature in eco-friendly manner by promoting healthy living. And what she does is that she promotes hotels that have at least 30% of green inside their boundary. And she has received lots and lots of awards out there, and she initiated environmental movement against cutting 50,000 trees in South Delhi for NBCC and CWD redevelopment projects. This is something really big. We heard that in Chhattisgarh also the forests are being planned to cut. So she is the one who took initiative in Delhi. You never know, another Prerna will rise up and take a stay on cutting on the forest. Antara Chatterjee. Antara Chatterjee ka brainchild is local. But what she did was, she came across with someone who's volunteering in vacation. She aims to change the way India spends vacation. What Indian people do, they do go to the places where there are a lot of social gatherings are there and a lot of limelight is there. But what she did, her idea was to merge traveling with community impact and unique experiences. That means you're going back to your roots, going close to the nature, going close to culture and tradition and customs, that there is a sense of belonging. And the trip is based on community needs and environmental conservation, justifying both the aspects. Sahar Mansoor. She's the founder of Bare Necessities, a zero waste company. They take cradle to cradle approach for every project. Every product powered by natural bare Indian ingredients, no harmful impacts on health and the environment. And all the products are handcrafted. And she believes that encouraging an environmental friendly lifestyle is the agenda of her life. She is passed out from University of Cambridge, but she has come back to India, come back to her own country and working for environment. Neerja Palisetti. She is a waste warrior, founder of Sutrakar Creation, and her idea is of zero waste. Weaves creatively and conserve the environment. What she's doing, she is recycling the paper and her paper in a very innovative and eco-friendly manner, and then utilizing it. Now, Sutrakar in Creations is known for invention and uniqueness. Unka jo woven paper hai, it is made from discarded newspapers, all the raddi at our home, but she's made beautifully, woven paper, handicraft paper, handmade paper from the waste paper, and her brand name is Sutrakar. Now, other than these women entrepreneurs, I would like to take a name of one more entrepreneur out there, Neeti Tah. What did she do? She quit her high-flying advertisement career and returned to her home in Chhattisgarh. And she wanted to do something different. So she combined her creativity with, traditional tribal art, and she had bring it to the modern world by means of Chhattis Rang. Her brand is beautifully named as Chhattis Rang. Chhattisgarh ka Chhattis and traditional women Chhattis Rang. ऐसे unlimited stories हैं. बट हमारी जो स्टोरीज हैं वो हमारी स्टूडेंट्स को हमें सुनानी है, एंड वी नीड टू मोटिवेट देम एंड वी नीड टू टेल देम दैट they can get very good support in terms of these schemes from government. And this is the scheme from NGO, Annapurna Parivar Finance Scheme. They are providing assistance. Details are given. Look, every particular scheme has their own website. You can easily get that on Google. Stree Shakti scheme by department, Government of India. Then we have this website. Then Bharti Mahila Bank business loan by Bharti Mahila Bank give loans up to 20 crores for the expansion. Again, the website you can easily get on the net, and you can why I have compiled all these schemes so that you can tell your students, you can motivate their students that once they are aiming to do something, their support is there from the government also and from the NGOs also, private firms also. Dena Shakti scheme by Dena Bank, interest rate is very less, and this is for small enterprise. In retail sector up to 20 lakhs, in microcredit up to 550,000. Because at times you need to start small from the scratch. Udyogini scheme is there, which is for that is just for 3 lakhs, but it's for illiterate poor women. It's not like that only educated women can do the business. This is for backward regions in field of agriculture, retail, small business. Again, the website is there and you can easily find the details out there. Cent Kalyani scheme by Central Bank of India. Again, but this is for the expansion and modernization of their business. So the loan is up to 1 crore. Website is given Mahila Udyog Nidhi scheme. This is from SIDBI. And again, for small scale industries, for two-wheelers, auto rickshaws, in whichever field they want to go. And the scheme is up to till 10 lakhs. You can easily find this on this website. Mudra Yojana scheme for women by Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. Again, for business like beauty parlors, tailoring units. Here I want to tell you people that women has migrated from this beauty parlors and from kitchen to electronics and industries. Mudra Yojana scheme for women. Then you have Mahila Coir Yojana also. Even if you want to do something from as good as waste as the coir of the coconut, you have a loan for it. You name it and it's there. Stand Up India. Now, Atma Bharat Mission, Modi ji ka dream. So he has started Startup India, Stand Up India, Government of India. From where this is from 10 lakhs to 1 crores. And you have Startup India, again by Government of India. Very ambitious project of Government of India. Now comes this is again by MSME, Government of India, and this is for women entrepreneurs. And this is for these small people, small humble background also, because that's why they are starting from just 1 lakh rupees. Then we have private banks also, those who are giving loans to these women entrepreneurs. Bajaj Finserv Business Loan for Women. Now the most important slide. A happy woman is unstoppable once she realizes that she deserves better in life. So ladies, get ready and make a prosperous world out there. So I'm done with my session, but towards the end of this session, I would like to say one thing, that the information, of course, yes, thanks that you said informative session. But the most important thing is when you have such kind of information as teachers, as trainers, this is our responsibility out there to motivate students, motivate our young female students out there, women, to become successful women entrepreneurs. They have the support and nothing can stop them from achieving their dreams out there. Any questions? Yes, Akshay.
Ma'am, sorry, this is a honest reply back. You were speaking about rural area, like where women's are not supported. They'll be always means push it down. There is no gender equality or such things. Ma'am, I don't think so, because since from 2 years, because of the lockdown, I'm staying in my rural area, where I have come across where men are literally jobless, where the women's are taking care of the whole family and the rest of the things, and they're really bold, courageous, and they're doing really good when compared to the men.
Mentioned
You are not audible, maybe.
Ma'am,
Any more questions from participants?